Hello, hello, hello. Once again, howdy, everybody. Glad to have you here. Hope you're ready for some more hardcore Minecraft fun in the vanilla version. No mods, none of that. We don't need it. We're playing the game out of the box, finally complete, except for that next update that's still coming. So here we go. Let's launch it as we catch back. In our last episode, what did we do? Well, we went down our partially completed stairway. We uh, dove into a big ravine curving kind of right around where our basement is going to come out. Did a bunch of torching and lighting that area up as carefully as possible. Discovered that there's a whole bunch more ravines connected to it and just very limited access into those. And that was about it. We finished our staircase, made a first little section at the bottom. I thought we already slept. Maybe that was the last time we were up here. Then there were snapshots and all kinds of stuff, so who knows. Now we gotta wait probably to clean things up, so let's go take a run downstairs. Unnamed doggies, but we don't have name tags yet, so I don't know what line those will take. I mean, there's Toehold on Eternity. When I think toehold, obviously I'm thinking climbing a little bit, hiking or any of that kind of stuff. So toehold maybe famous mountain peaks. Be good, good dog names. I'm not a big climber. Certainly Colorado has its 14ers, or peaks that are up over 14,000 feet, and those get some notoriety, a few good names there. But I don't know that that's the ultimate answer. We'll have to see. So we want to do something with our stairs here. I think at least in part, that's why I want to go upstairs and get wood. More importantly, we're almost out of planks. We have no logs, no saplings. We are completely out. We've replanted a little bit of our forest, and maybe we can wander through that just to see if any of those trees got bee nests. I don't know that we'll get all the way through our two stone axes yet, but let's bring an iron one along. We may just sleep out, do a little camping. There we go. So yeah, we've kind of always left our outer perimeter of our little forest here just to keep it nice and visible. But we kind of, for those of you who maybe didn't see, we scattered some trees through here after planting a few wildflowers, just in the hopes every time you do that, you get a chance of spawning a bee nest. And so far, at least, I don't see we have any bees around, but we'll keep trying. We do have a few extra ladders now from the building that we'd done for our secondary access to our base that we just came up out of. So we could take down the bigger trees now if we needed to. Oh, there is a bee nest. I haven't seen any bees yet, but I do see the nest. There's a bee! Hello, bee! Is there just one bee, or are there multiple bees? That'll be the next thing. Oh, that is fantastic. So far, we hadn't even seen a In this area, we hadn't seen any bee activity. We'd seen some over at that what I called Turtle Bay. In our second episode, we did quite a bit of touring by boat before we found this location. And one was a plain that had a big lake in the midst of it, and that had some bees around it, but we ended up coming a lot further afield after that. Well, that's very good. Now, even if it's just a single bee and we aren't able to breed it yet, we can hopefully, get more and just keep plugging away at it. But one bee's better than no bees. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I felt it coming. Couldn't do anything. Get the elbow up. Get the mic moved. Come on. Let me in there. Important here, we want all these to decay because we do need saplings. Really? Sheesh. Oh, you know what else I forgot to tell you guys? Um, and this is fun stuff, and it goes back quite a ways. So bear with me if you're new to the channel and you guys don't recall. But back in our was it Java brewed coffee or was it the other one? Um, Java brewed coffee was a long time ago. I don't think it was it. But in one of our recent worlds, while we were working on farms, I kind of went off and just chatted a little bit about books that I'd liked as a kid, kind of growing up. And there was one that totally was bugging me. It may not have, you guys may not have even registered it, but as I was talking, I was like, man, I remember I had this one fantasy book. I really didn't. It wasn't a genre I really knew anything about until um, later when I'd read Tolkien on the heels of the movies coming out, and read eventually Game of Thrones stuff. Here and there, I've read a fair amount of fantasy. But as a kid, there was only one book that I really ever had on my own bookshelf as a young reader that was in that genre, and I couldn't remember it. I could remember kind of the basic premise of it and kind of the vaguely the cover, but I couldn't remember the author, couldn't remember the name. And I finally buckled down and was like, you know what? I bet I can find this out if I just kind of keep trying to patch it together with Google searches. I bet I can come up with this book, and I did. The book was called The Hero and the Crown, or something like that. Hero and the Crown, and was by Robin McKenna. I think. Let me check. I made a note of it here. Robin McKinley. So, excuse me. Yeah, mystery solved. It was a Newbery medal, which is the children's, or I don't know the distinctions or if there's differences, but best children's books. And this wasn't, I even saw in there it was, kind of young adult fiction. Female writer, and at the time was very much lauded for her writing about a heroine. Apparently, that was an attribute. I think she's still active. I think like her last book was maybe 2015, and as far as I know, from all the rock solid information of Wikipedia, she's still alive. Grew up in the United States, but lives in the UK now, I believe. Um, and yeah, wrote a bunch of different fantasy type books, and apparently had quite a career. So very good there. There was a 2 book series, the Blue Sword series or something like that. No, I didn't ever read the second book. I couldn't even remember having had that first one, but it's fun to see that it's still out there, and solve a little mental mystery of what was that book that I once had. Um, and I certainly remember it fondly. I didn't remember it was talking about there being like 3 parts, and my most vivid memory is of the stuff described as being in the first part. And now I had the whole book, but I don't know if just I'm still prone to it too. Sometimes you lose momentum when you're reading. You'll start a book and then get pulled into other stuff and um, set it aside, going, "Oh yeah, I'll come back to that." And sometimes you get distracted and don't. So that certainly could have happened there a few times where I read the first part a number of times and then only finished it up a couple. But that was uh, that was the book I was talking about back in the day. So feel free to go back those. What I'm really spacing on the name of that world too. I'm sorry, I'm checking a bunch of stuff here. That was Jingle Bell Rainbow. That's what the name of that world was. Oh, wow! Did you hear that sniffle? I'm sorry. That's gross. I'm not a. My mom was fastidious as kids. Do not sniff. Don't be the sniffler. And we were pretty good about that, but it's always tough when you got the runny nose and just don't want them to stop. I think finally the like medicine-y part of the stuff I took this morning is wearing off. Hopefully the decongestant and all that and the antihistamine parts are still in effect. Oh, you were supposed to land there. Um, keep the positive benefit. Now, where were all you fish when I had no fish and I went all the way over? I don't think that little spot is as productive as are there any other areas. Maybe take some of these trees that are tight into these dandelions, and then we'll keep circling the decaying leaves to gather up saplings, and we'll use the saplings to hopefully, like I said, get more of those bee nests. And of course, all the while we're wearing down these stone tools, so we won't have any more of those left. This one may be too far away from the flowers. I may have goofed. Oh no, there's a flower there. So again, it just has to be one flower within the vicinity. Now, you may get better odds with more flowers. Certainly when you have the bees, they have an easier job of relocating the flowers each time they emerge from the nest to bring pollen back. So in terms of farming the honey or the beeswax, or the comb, you want more flowers is better. But I think just to get the nests to pop anyway, it's really just a matter of having a flower by the tree, and then if flower is in vicinity of tree, it has X% chance of spawning with a bee nest in it when it grows up. But I don't think that X% chance of spawning with a bee's nest goes up for each flower in the area, if that makes sense. I'm explaining that. There's another apple. Some more saplings. I guess some of these. Hear my AC going and feel it. I think that's the first time it's gone since last night, or yesterday afternoon, really, before the rain set in. It was really nice, cooled it off so much overnight. Which again, I apparently enjoyed too much. That's why I'm all sniffly and sneezy today. Sorry about that. There, yay, we finished the stone axe. Alright, now... I don't have an axe. It's the same one I've now looked at several times. I'm like, I don't have an axe. I can't do anything about it. Too bad. So sad, right? More apple. I keep wondering, like, I've only got these handful of saplings left. Just plant those real quick and then go back. And then I start planting them and get a whole bunch more saplings in the process. Well, I think that's pretty good. We got a bunch more trees. Maybe just scatter a few more of these to keep our forest foresty. There we go. Can also, since we're knocking out little projects here, I think we'll go do a little bit of adventuring next. But let's do a bit of this while we can. There. A few more torches down there, because why not? Alright, sun's getting low. Circle back around. Yes, dogs, we know. We hear you all the time. Oh, did I close the gate? Yeah. Did not. Gotta close the gate. Lots of bonus sticks. Those will come in handy. Let's... take 2 of the sticks. And get our second axe. Alright. Mic's up in front of my face. Dirt. Bed. Sorry if that swallow got a bit loud. It's not my intent. Alright, now let's use the time we got left to go cruising, see what we've got on this shoreline. As far as I recall, we're just coming up along the woods that way. I don't know that we've gone a lot further. It's been a few RL days since I did this. Maybe this taiga is all part of that island where we come around on the other side. Just cruising the coasts right now to see got try to get a shape of those mountains so when we do come back, we can kind of recognize. Got a big mound sticking out with that sharp edge. A little bit of beachy island. Just taking a few peeks, see what it is. And it's something I always, like right now I'm kind of focused on land. Honestly, looking, see if there's a village tucked back in there somewhere that might be close by. But that takes my focus away from underwater, so I'm less likely to see ships and shipwrecks and all that. Let's do... a few more torches there. This kind of feels like the outer edge of something. Looks like that may be some drowned structure, maybe. Ooh, so happy. Just like that. We are blissful. And a village right there? Oh my goodness. It's like Christmas all rolled up. Alright, let's... This one I'm just kind of starting because I already know what the big project's going to be here. We got a lot of tree clearing to do to keep these guys safe and keep this at all nice. That tree's alright. That tree's alright. All these little ones that touch the eaves. Absolutely trouble. You guys picked a fantastic spot for a village. I love it. Got their kind of Charlie Brown shirts on. I know they're not yellow like Charlie Brown, but they got the little zigzaggy bit. Makes me think of Charlie Brown. I know I'm weird. Everybody's clear on that roof. Think. Just trying to contain the excitement and desire to just go rush around inside and see what kind of goodies they have, but we're gonna wait for it. Exercise our patience. I hear fire. I hear fire. Is that a campfire? Okay, whew. I was a little worried there, my friends. Oh, your town's gonna be so awesome. Oh, I fell off. Did we get everything down here? No. The old bobsled trick. Oh, ow, ow, darn it. Laughing at him. Getting stuck. You're up the tree. Yes, we're off to just a fine start. Excuse me again. Alright, there's that. Get the little armor stand, but nothing too appealing on it. Everything clear there. That one's not touching. Still amazed. Village right on the edge of a jungle and this close to home. Oh, so good. We haven't seen the light yet. Alright, it is getting dark. I don't know why they're all still talking. Go to bed. Alright, we ready to get in the jungle business too? Oh. Tree just keeps on going. Jungle's cleared. Now we got all this. Maybe should have kept those trees handy. Well, it was a lot more tree heavy than I'd expected. I knew we were going to do the forest around home. Oh, and we got a berry bush. Knew we were going to do those trees to get the wood, but I didn't expect we would have two favorite wood types ready to go. Alright, how we doing here, villagey? I think we need to get this out of the way. Doesn't look like this is overwhelming in terms of size, but location, location, location. We can help you guys out with size. I'm like a city planner when it comes to growth opportunities. Alright, good little cluster clear there. Now, what more do we still have down this way? Some fields, but are we done with the buildings? Little posts. Another bobsled. Clear some of this ground cover. Oh, there's another building. This is part of why I was so excited, because typically jungles do not spawn villages. You can get them on the edges, like this. So any of the growth in here is just spillover. So it's a pretty cool opportunity. going to be such a beautiful little location once we finally get it all cleared and cleaned up. Okay, I was seeing that branch, and I thought maybe that was a building too. But no. So now we just want... This is the same one we already saw. There's our expected cave stuff. Always something around a village. In this case, it's another big ravine, but this one will have some vines hanging down into it eventually, which is cool. Okay, we've done a lot of this. We'll keep picking at it. I don't know what all we're going to use this village for, aside from a source of villagers to start with. But it's a pretty cool whole set of leather gear. I don't need to take that from them. Make sure that these are all still in the process of breaking down. I don't know about the tree in the hole. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I don't know. Alright, let's come back to... I think we kind of want everything here. Means we can save them their pumpkins. Kind of as decorative. Nothing else too much that way. Pretty small town again. Which I guess if you know you're living on the edge of a jungle, is maybe a deal. That necessarily caps the population at all. Was this the suit? Oh, different one. That one we just looked at. Chicken egg. There's the little armor stand. Okay. Well. Oh, 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 oh. Went through a whole nother day there, huh? Alright, very good. We've got so many of the treasures we already want. A jungle sapling, some cocoa beans we don't need. Where were... I need a chest. I don't think we need to hold on to the eggs. We don't need the oak saplings or the sticks. And frankly, we live in the middle of a plain, so we don't really need that. Before we go too terribly far, I think a photo is in order. Make up for your trident, buddy, we couldn't deal with on the first day. So if I come about here, oh, what if I take down this tree? Oh, that tree top. That little bit. Eventually I'll be able to stand kind of here, get a better view back into the town. I know we already had Turtle Bay, but it's another very nice area turtles might love. Alright, you jungle tree, you. We do have more little remnants of the village. Did we ever go in here? I think we did. This was the first leather worker, yeah. That's the ravine. We don't fall in it. Got a mic move at least. Just peek in here. Don't want to go so far that we get lost, but while we're waiting for that tree to break down, we also just want to stand there. This is a good find. Definitely take some watermelon. Rather take more of the watermelon. The bamboo, one batch is all we really need. I think we've still got some time, but I don't know how close we are. About 10 minutes. Sounds like a bird. Hear it, don't yet. Oh, there he is. A little cockatiel. Alright, before we get too lost, come back this way. Yeah, so the watermelon up to the point we're now on the brink of a full row. That's pretty good. A book. There's an ocelot. Let me see where he went. I totally lost him as I was trying to hide my inventory. Oh. This wildlife photography stuff is tough. I'm telling you. Oh, there you go. Go up with it. Oh, no, don't run. Don't run that way. Problem is, you can never get a shot that's not just of their butt as they're running away. Oh, there he is. So close. Where'd he go now? Is that him? Oh, there's the fire. Oh. Oh, it's because of a portal that's starting? Gah! Don't you burn down my jungle. Excuse the sniffle. Did you catch my jungle on fire? Oh no, oh no. Oh, 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 ow. Ow. We get it? Do we see any? I hear some. Oh, dumb. I think we did it. Clean up the scars here a little bit. I don't think that these will start fires, but I don't really want to take the chance either. All right. Clock. We needed that back in. Starting point. The mending on the helmet is really good, actually, because that could be our nether piece of gold to keep the piglins off of us. So that's a good find. Keep this, obviously, as we did in the last one. It's handy for down elevators. Eventually, we'll have way more than we ever could possibly need, but for now, at least. Guys. Which way did we come from? I don't remember. I saw the portal and I got excited and I didn't remember to back safely. If we can get up to the top of one of these big trees, we'll be alright. But I think we need to wait for a moment. there's sleep. I'd really like to get back out of here before we wrap up. Seems familiar though. And this seems like maybe our ravine. Been fooled by less, but hey, alright, we did it. More doggies. Alright, well that's excellent. We've done very well for ourselves. Oh, let's try not to forget about them. But on that note, I think we'll kind of pack it up here. You guys are awesome for coming and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed that one. I know I enjoyed finding a taiga village right on the edge of a jungle. So many good things already coming. We now have bamboo. We have melons. We have 2 new kinds of wood and the saplings and all that kind of stuff. We have villagers that we can grab to trade with as long as that band of ruffians out there doesn't somehow trigger a raid in our next episode. But I think if we hop in our boat and come out, even if we run into them and can't manage to not get it, we should be far enough away and can get a bucket of milk when we go back to our home. That's something we haven't set up yet. We got lots of iron and all that, and cows around our base, so we'll maybe make the trip back, plant some bamboo, all that good stuff, and look for next steps on the next one. But I want to appreciate you guys so much for coming and hanging out for this one. More and more progress, just trying to keep it safe and steady as we go. So I am going to try to de-nose goo myself and see how we do if I come back for more or not today. But I certainly enjoyed the few episodes we've made so far today, and can't wait to do more. Whether that's today or in the future, I'm not sure, but we'll see when it does come around. Till then, take care of yourselves, and remember, if you're watching a bunch of videos in a row or playing a bunch of games yourself, make sure to build in time to take some breaks so that you get a chance to let your eyes and your brain and your body limbs move around a little bit. We'll talk to you in the next one. Until then, stay awesome. See ya.